Hey folks, David here for the Rational National in a very untypical non-studio video. But the non-typical, atypical, I don't know, whatever. But the reason I'm doing it is because the show Roseanne has just been canceled by ABC. And this comes after Roseanne's racist tweet last night about former Obama aide Valerie Jarrett, where she said that Valerie Jarrett is like Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby. A clear racist comment that is, I guess, supposed to be a joke. I didn't think it was very funny. But after Roseanne posted it, she apologized. She deleted the tweet, apologized, I'm sure because of all the backlash and the possibility of her show being canceled. And then her show ultimately was canceled after a massive amount of backlash, including from conservatives like Joe Scarborough and even a writer and executive producer on the show, Wanda Sykes, who decided to, or who tweeted out that she would not be returning to ABC after Roseanne had tweeted that, and Wanda Sykes tweeted that out before ABC canceled the show. So, there you go. Now, some people are going to say, oh, this is PC culture run amok. PC culture has got Roseanne fired. Look, they've gone way too far. No. Roseanne got Roseanne fired. If you're going to be a dick, your workplace, your show is totally allowed to be canceled. So, all free speech grants you is the ability to say whatever the fuck you want without being thrown in jail, without the government infringing on you. But it has nothing to do with your employer and how your employer feels about you. So if you are being an asshole, then yes, you can be fired. Now, some people will try and compare this to the NFL. Oh, but those NFL players, they're protesting. The NFL players are silently protesting before a game, and they are protesting for equality. They are protesting against police brutality. They are protesting against systemic racism. How can you compare that to a racist fucking tweet that absolutely, from everything we know about Roseanne, represents who Roseanne is? Roseanne is fucking crazy. I think that's clear if you've seen anything, any interview with her, anything about her recently. She's nuts. Now, some networks will be okay with that, but it can get to a certain point, like it did here, where it goes over the line. Now, the reason why it's good that ABC did this is because it draws a line and discourages other people from acting in a similar way or becoming worse. So in a culture, when we allow certain behavior to continue, then we enable we enable that behavior. So if Roseanne was able to say this and nothing happened to her show, then other racist fucks can come out and also be racist and push back against marginalized communities for their own benefit or to make jokes. But ultimately, as a culture, that pushes down certain kinds of people based on how they look. So the right always complains about identity politics. What's Roseanne doing here? Roseanne is engaging in identity politics, comparing a black lady to an ape. That wasn't Valerie Jarrett talking about identity politics. That was Roseanne doing it. So there is this misconception about identity politics. On the right, there is also identity politics. It's white identity politics. Now, when I talk about identity politics on the left, what I try to talk about are the economic issues, how we can solve a lot of the inequality with how marginalized communities are unequal in society to white people. We can solve a lot of that with economic issues, but you can't solve all of it. Racism will still exist if the minimum wage raises. Racism will still exist if free college becomes a thing in America. Racism will still exist if Medicare for all becomes law. So racism is part of culture, and that's why culturally you need companies like ABC to push back against this sort of speaking, this sort of behavior. So I think it's great what they did. I want to see if I missed anything here before I log off. No, I think that's it. So this was one of ABC's massive shows, huge ratings. Roseanne is a huge show for ABC, so this took a lot of balls for them to actually cancel the show after what Roseanne did. But I mean, they had to. You have to draw a line as a company, or else it's going to not only affect. I mean, this is the funny part about it. So from a cultural perspective, it's good that ABC did this. But ultimately, from a business perspective, is likely the reason why ABC did this. Because business-wise, it's not going to be, it's not a good look for ABC to enable this sort of behavior under your banner, and enable this to continue and allow people like Roseanne to have shows named after them when they are clearly racist individuals. So as a business as a business move, it's also smart, and I think that's largely the reason why ABC did it. But regardless of why ABC did it, them doing this, them canceling the show, is a good thing.